I've wanted to make this video for a while, just in the light. Look how pretty the light is. And it's called just eye gazing. Eye gazing has been a powerful tool for me, you know, to just watch the mind and its flurry of comments as I eye gaze with myself or with another. There's all these like chattering, commentary, what's going on, and maybe your mind is commentating on what's she doing, she's weird, I'm weird, what the hell, or maybe there's nothing, I don't know. The mind has all kinds of things to say about everything, doesn't it? Oh, it's fucking non-stop, isn't it? So as we eye gaze and come into the breath and watch the mind. Maybe it's spinning down a little bit as you focus in on my eyes. As we drop the focus and attention down into the heart, into the breath, into the belly. Expanding the awareness out all around us. Listening to the sounds. Feeling the temperature of the air. Watching the physical sensations in the body, being aware of them, coming and going. Or maybe there's one pain, one discomfort that's there, like a tightness in the chest or a headache or a pain in the body somewhere. Allowing it all as we gaze into the eyes. Sinking underneath everything, sinking below the moving and changing. Everything is as it is, just allowing. The heart's beating quickly, allowing that. The awareness moves to the lips that are dry and chapped, allowing. Noticing, allowing. Sinking beneath the qualities that are wanting to be labeled by the mind. Sinking underneath the labeling. To the raw essence of just being. Nothing major, nothing dramatic. It's just this quiet, simple essence of I am alive. It's just a I am. Watching the mind try to distract for the attention. Coming back again and again to just the simplicity of being underneath the chatter, underneath the sensations. Before the inequalities are labeled. And the thoughts, the feelings, they continue. They're continuing here. And it doesn't take away from the feeling of the being. They're allowed to arise and fall just like everything else. And the being, the background of stillness, is just here. And dropping in with you here helps me also drop in. Because this is what's wanted. And this is the funny thing about the mind. Watch the mind have an idea about how it wants the character to be behaving. There's an idea that mind says, oh, I want to get off the internet for 3 days and just go into a silent retreat. Sounds like a great idea. And then I watch the character do the opposite. Get on the phone. Dive into technology even more. What to do? What to do? There's nothing to do. That's the beauty and the joy that's arising from allowing what's happening. And seeing the distinction between, there's the idea of what the mind thinks would be happening, and then there's actually what is happening or what's going to happen, which we really have no idea. What's it going to look like? So then we just kind of see the mind and its antics and we can start laughing at it or just seeing through the tricks, not letting it convince us that we need to listen to it at all, that it wants us to feel guilty, we should be doing more, we're not enough, we need to work harder, we need to worry about making money, we need to worry about things. None of it is true. And all of it is the old program that keeps our attention in the dream, in the Maya, away from the stillness, away from the being. So we unravel until we can meet the energy inside. I can't see myself. Can you see me? When we meet the energy inside that's underneath the mental programs, the lower frequency mental programs of fear, lack, worry, I'm not enough, fear of death, fear of others, fear of living. The energetic meeting of that purges it. Then we can access and sink deeper into the being and allow what's happening with less and less attachment and less resistance. It's not about changing or having more control over the dream or the character or learning how to manifest everything. It's letting go of needing anything to be different and then enjoying the show. Living in the mystery of, I don't know what's going to happen next. Isn't it exciting? And so there's like this dismantling going on, and the ability to actually logically focus on anything is falling away. It happens, but there's like this, more often than not, there's thoughts, but there's no like linking linear logical process happening because I'm not following the thoughts. So they're just like a thought, and then it kind of drifts away, then the next one, and then the next one. So it kind of feels sometimes like I'm becoming I don't know, like dumb. Dumb is not the word for it, but just like I'm losing that muscle. But I know that there's something so much more incredible beyond the mind, beyond the ego mind. So I'm willing to just let it go. Like true wisdom, true knowledge, true insight doesn't come from the chatterbox upstairs. It comes from connecting with the silence, with the being, and with the spaciousness of reality. It's such a gorgeous day here. I'm in a beautiful town on the coast with an incredible cliff. There's this trail that goes along the cliff right at the edge, and there's all these like sea caves and giant pieces of land that are out there with these tunnels in it, and grass growing on these chunks of rock out in the ocean, and flowers, and just a vista of the entire coastline, of this jagged coastline. It's so alive. It's so orgasmic when I go down to this place and just sit by that ocean. There's all this energy. And yesterday I started like giggling and dancing like a little girl. It was just like all this alive energy and just joy and like, woo! Oh, I love nature so much. being the being, more and more, just being the being, and wanting just that. Having patience and compassion, watching the character, longing for freedom, longing for truth, longing to be the being, and yet it has its own timing. And that there already is freedom here. That's the whole joke. It's here now. Wow. It really is just this. uh, Just this moment. Nothing else is real. It seems like it is, right? It's very convincing. But it's dropping down underneath into the stillness, to the being, to the quiet. It's this background from which everything is arising and falling. So just this. Just this. What does that mean? Just this. All of it. All of it. All of it. Allowing all of it. The thoughts of the future, the thoughts of the past, the sense of the future, the sense that there's another moment next to this moment, the sense that there's a 5 minutes from now. What does that feel like? It's this feeling, isn't it? It's the sense of a future. It's just a thought. It's not even a sensation. It's a thought of the future, an image, a thought, some sort of picture that we get in that comes into the brain that thinks this is a future moment that might happen. Another thought. And then the sense of me perpetuated into the future moment. That's the feeling. There's a feeling of the ego, I, personhood, that feels like that gets perpetuated into the future. Also, that there's going to be a me in the future doing something, or thinking something, or feeling something, or experiencing something. The me. Okay, then what's the me? the me, Hamsa, who I think I am, a woman, 6'2" manifester, dealing with parasites, all the personality things in the chart. That's who the conglomeration of thinks that's a separate me. Really, that's all just a program that cycles through at different moments. I mean, really, it's the me that we're feeling is actually the being, the pure being that's watching everything. The me that's going to be there in the future is just the being, the pure being. With this signature, this frequency that we each have uniquely. But as we free our conditioning more and more, that me that's in the future is actually free to behave and do things spontaneously, being moved by the program and its constant shifting, changing energies that activate certain things in us, versus being like, I need to behave in this way, and this is the way I always do things, and this is how I always react to the situation. That's the constructed me. But the being is just free. The being is just free. Yeah. It's already here, it's already here, it's already here. The sense of seeking and the seeking is what keeps us from realizing it's already here. Nothing else is going to be different when freedom is fully embodied, except for I don't know, because that's not my experience yet. But I think just falling into the ordinary nowness, this whatever's here, ordinary moment, is the doorway. So thank you for reminding me. It's already here, it's already here. It's just a shift of attention from the overlay of the narrative, of the story, of me. Just this, it's like a, slight shift. That's, to me, it feels like just dropping below, dropping underneath. And that separates, it like gives you this, you're aware of the moving, changing. And this is what we are, that awareness of what is moving and changing. The more we turn our attention here, the more alive it becomes. The more it reveals itself to us. The more we recognize ourselves to be that. And we identify more with that being, that a very intimate part of ourselves that's always been with us, more than the person and the story of me and what's going on in my life right now. Like, none of that actually matters that much. It's all just happening. There's less investment in the story. when the aliveness of being begins to open itself to us, because it becomes more and more interesting to rest here rather than in the drama of the movie. Letting the mind just do its thing, but not grabbing, not giving it so much attention, and believing the stories. And it loses its power. It loses its speed and momentum. And I think that's really what's happening, is just watching. There's this slowing down more and more and more, and it's like, okay, am I losing my mind? Yep, that's exactly what's happening. And amen. It's so overrated. So you can do this with yourself. Just stare into your own eyes in the mirror and just stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. I know you've all probably done this, but it can get pretty trippy, just staring at eyes, and then suddenly like the dream starts shape-shifting around the eyeballs, and you see the transparency of the dream, how it is. It's just light and energy reflected and changing, constantly shifting. Is it actually, you can feel that it's not so solid as it seems when you're staring into the eyes of a guru's picture or yourself, and then these things start happening. The mind will be like, oh shit, you're tripping. But that's not true. It's not tripping. You're actually seeing through reality. You're seeing into reality, that this tangible 3D isn't as solid as we think it is. You're not freaking out. But the mind told me a lot, like, you're so weird. Why are you doing this? Holy shit, everything just shifted, and now I'm just seeing light, like everything's lit up. My body is a white outline, like in a 3D cartoon. Whoa, I'm tripping. Everything is light. That's the truth. I'm seeing into the truth right now, like everything's just light. Whoa. Whoa, okay. I definitely am tripping. This is all that Venus, Jupiter, Neptune, and Pisces. Yeah, so like this is great. Turning the attention to the being, bringing to life, reality, seeing through the illusion of solidity. Peace out. If you're still with me, thank you. Thanks for doing this with me. I'm glad I turned the camera on today. See you next time.